Also,
I'm
by
not
the way,
trying to.
just so you know, it's not an
That's
ideology. Just like being black is not an ideology. It's an identity. Okay,
okay. We can
it's
agree
not
to
an
disagree, right?
ideological premise. It
But the
exists
point of
in
the
many
matter is
cultures.
facts and matter.
How you doing,
Yeah,
woman?
is there anything wrong, Amender, with Christians and conservatives and anybody who holds a worldview that doesn't mimic yours to want their children to grow up in a world in absence of all of this degeneracy? Is that okay?
Hmm. Is it possible? You're saying that that it's okay to want to live in a world absent of degeneracy. What you mean, like trans people? Like we should like get rid of trans people in society?
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying that trans people and people like you can hold your worldview, but so can we, right?
Hmm.
So, like, you can say, I'm anti-trans. I can say you're anti-Christian.
Hmm. Well,
Okay.
I don't think that
We all have our worldviews,
I
and we
don't.
can all.
Yeah. So I don't believe that I should restrict Christians from being able to believe in Christianity or be Christian. Um, I don't have an issue with a person wanting to live a Christian lifestyle. It's when you push, your Christianity onto other people, and say that because what you alluded to earlier is you just said that you want to live in a world free of the degeneracy. Is that correct?
No, what I'm trying to say is, I'm trying to get you to acknowledge that there's nothing wrong when a Christian like me comes around and says, listen, you guys can do you, I'm going to do me, but don't come at me and call me anti-trans when I try to, influence culture to be Christian and conservative and, be a good place for our
Hmm.
children to be raised in.
So when you say to be Christian and conservative, right? You would say that by the removal of trans people, yes?
No, I don't want to
Okay,
remove
so trans
trans
people
people.
can
Don't want
exist
to, I just
in
don't want to
in a
interject
Christian conservative
into it.
society.
I think that's optimal, but like you said, I'm
Hmm.
not gonna push that on other people. But I think that's something we should strive for. And I think what I
Okay.
want you to
Well,
say
you're
is
more
that
pro-trans than I thought you
it's
were.
it's okay for people on your side to want that and to advocate that for that and to not be called like anti-trans and bigots and etc.
Hmm.
for doing that.
Yeah, I mean, you can be a Christian. It's my only issue is not if you're a Christian. It's where and I'm glad you have retracted, saying that, oh, okay, well, free from this degenerate society, and I think you realized what the
No,
implication of that is, which is
I haven't
good.
retracted that. I haven't retracted that.
Okay, so
You're
so then I'm going to
trying
just ask you point blank, should trans people not exist in your society if you did not retract that?
Do I want to wipe out all trans people from the
No, I
earth?
said
No.
should.
Should?
Yeah.
Yes. Trans
Okay,
people
okay.
should cease to be holding
Cease to
such
exist in your
outstanding
society. Yes.
ideology. No, I'm saying that ideology, optimally, I want it to go away because I don't think it's good for the individual. However, I'm not
Uh
going to
huh.
project that onto a group of people. But what I'm saying, right, like, I just feel like there is such hypocrisy when you make these arguments, okay? Because you can advocate for a world that you want your children to
Well,
be
the
raised
problem
in.
is
Advocate for the
you're
same.
saying that you want to live in this peaceful society, but you're
True.
also saying that trans people should be eradicated from your society, right? So the
No.
problem that I'm
Um,
having is
oh,
that
wait, wait,
is
let
the
me correct you.
hypocrisy.
I said that ideology should be wiped, right?
Hmm?
Not trans people.
Well, no, because I said very specifically trans people, and you've agreed to that. Okay, so you are now contradicting yourself by saying
Nope.
I
Before
meant
I
the
said
ideology, not trans people. So did you mean the ideology or did you mean trans
I
people?
said maybe you weren't listening, and Amender.
Also,
I'm
by
not
the way,
trying to.
just so you know, it's not an
That's
ideology. Just like being black is not an ideology. It's an identity. Okay,
okay. We can
it's
agree
not
to
an
disagree, right?
ideological premise. It
But the
exists
point of
in
the
many
matter,
cultures.
facts and matter, what's important here is that I didn't say wipe the trans. I was very clear. What I said was that the ideology, the trans ideology, and all that
Hmm.
goes along with it needs to be wiped away. All the identity politics, all of it. And that aside, you know, transgenderism is
And you
a
don't see
mental
any
illness.
hypocrisy in that?
So
Because
this
you,
has
you
nothing
wanted to
do with
live
it.
in a society that is very accepting of Christian people. And you're saying that I'm hypocritical because I want to be hateful towards Christians. Yet I just got done saying that you can live your Christian lifestyle. But I also said that trans people, as well as like if they want to be trans or whatever, they can go do that, right? So the problem is that you're the hypocrite here, right? Because
No,
it's a
but
very
you're not.
non-Christian thing to want the destruction of sinners, right? Is it not the case?
So
Didn't
you're not hearing
Jesus
what I'm saying,
himself tell you
Amanda.
that?
Amanda, you're not hearing what I'm saying, okay? Because it
No,
has
no, I
nothing to
heard
do.
what you said.
It has
I
nothing to
heard
do
what
with
you
acceptance.
said.
Well, you keep still manning what I'm saying, but misrepresenting me, right? So
No,
it's
I'm not.
like
I'm saying
all
exactly
you
as you
got
say it.
that I want.
And when I say it in front of you, you do not like the shit that I am serving you. And because you don't like the look of your own shit, you pretend you didn't shit, right? That's what you're doing. Okay, so I'm showing you the problem here, right? It is you who is being the hypocrite here, okay?
And how am I being the hypocrite?
Because it's
Amanda?
anti-Christian to want to expunge the sinners from your society, right? That is an anti-Christian position. It is also, and you saying that I'm the one that want to expunge Christians or the Christian ideology when I never said such a thing, nor would I ever imply such a thing, even as an atheist, right? Yet, however, just said that we should get rid of the trans ideology, which, by the way, is no different from getting rid of trans people. So it is you who is the hypocrite, not me. Okay.
Okay, so let me correct you now. I'm not trying to expunge the trans person. I'm trying to expunge the ideology.
The ideology is not different from trans people.
I am not, quote unquote, per your words, trying to expunge the sinner. I am trying to expunge the sin, First Amendment, and that is biblical. That is not unchristian.
So you want to expunge the sin, right?
The sin,
Okay.
yes, Amanda.
Would you say blackness is a sin?
No, that's an immutable characteristic.
Really?
Amanda.
Okay. So if it could be shown to you that being trans is an immutable characteristic, would you retract?
That's not why I came on stage. We're never going to agree on that, right? Okay? These things are revealed in biology. They're revealed in the Bible. God has ordained them.
Well, they
So
sure
you're
have.
never
It's right
when I'm
here.
trying-
I've got an entire biology textbook right here for you. In fact, you can grab the latest biology textbook that show
your
exactly
rhetoric,
that.
Amanda. I'm trying to get you
It's
to
not a
admit your
rhetoric thing. It's you're just wrong. And I mean, everybody here can see that you're just operating your transphobia. And I don't know, maybe you're just a troll. I mean, who cares?
Well, a wise man once said we can agree to disagree. So
We sure
we'll keep
can.
it one day, Amanda. Anyways, good talk.
Good talk.